The ocean changes long before you reach the bottom. Light fades first, colors disappear. Sound becomes distant, distorted, unfamiliar. As you descend deeper, the surface world vanishes completely, replaced by a darkness so absolute it feels physical. This is not night. This is the absence of everything humans depend on to survive. This is the Mariana Trench, the deepest place on Earth. A wound in the planet's crust that drops nearly 7 miles below the ocean's surface. Deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Deeper than any place sunlight has ever touched. A place so extreme that even technology struggles to exist here. As pressure increases, the ocean begins to behave differently. Water becomes heavier. Movement slows. Every meter downward adds crushing force, until the pressure is strong enough to implode steel, shatter glass, and collapse anything not perfectly engineered to withstand it. At the bottom of the trench, the weight of the ocean presses down with more than 1,000 times the pressure found at sea level. This is a place that should not support life, and yet, it does. The descent passes through layers of the ocean that feel like separate worlds. First come the familiar depths, where fish still shimmer faintly in blue light. Then the twilight zone, where sunlight struggles to survive and shadows stretch endlessly. Beyond that lies total darkness, the midnight zone, where the ocean becomes cold, silent, and alien. Here, temperatures hover just above freezing. Food is scarce, energy is limited, and survival depends on strategies so extreme they feel unnatural. Creatures evolve without eyes. Others generate their own light, glowing faintly in the black water like drifting stars. Some hunt using electricity. Others survive by slowing their metabolism to near stillness, waiting months between meals. The deeper you go, the stranger life becomes. At depths where pressure should crush every cell, organisms adapt in ways scientists still struggle to explain. Their bodies contain no air-filled spaces. Their bones are soft, flexible. Their biology is designed not to resist pressure, but to become one with it. And then, beyond even these depths lies the trench itself. The Mariana Trench is not a smooth valley. It is a jagged, uneven scar in the ocean floor, formed by the violent collision of tectonic plates. One plate slides beneath another, folding the Earth downward, deeper and deeper, creating a chasm that has existed for millions of years. The trench is quiet, no waves, no currents, no sound except the distant creaking of the planet itself. Sediment drifts slowly downward, carrying fragments of the surface world, dead plankton, organic debris, traces of life falling endlessly into the abyss. Everything that sinks eventually ends up here. Plastic bags, chemical waste, microplastics. Even in the most unreachable place on Earth, human impact arrives silently, settling into the deepest corners of the planet like a permanent scar. Exploration here is rare. Only a handful of crewed missions have ever reached the bottom. Each descent takes hours. Each ascent takes longer. Communication is limited. Rescue is impossible. Once you commit to the journey, there is no turning back. At these depths, the ocean feels less like water and more like a solid force. The submersible groans under pressure. Every sound becomes significant. Every vibration raises questions no one can answer. Because if something fails here, nothing can save you. And yet scientists continue to return. Not for adventure, not for discovery alone, but because the Mariana Trench holds answers about life, pressure, and survival that may apply far beyond Earth. If life can exist here, under crushing force, total darkness, and near-freezing temperatures, then it may exist on other worlds, beneath alien oceans, far from any sun. The deepest place on our planet is not just a destination, it is a test. A boundary where Earth reveals how far life can be pushed before it breaks. And this is only the beginning of what lies beneath. The deeper the descent continues, the more the ocean stops behaving like an ocean. At 4 miles down, the water is no longer a fluid environment. It becomes a crushing mass. Every movement outside the submersible feels slowed, restrained, as if the planet itself is pressing inward. There is no light here, no horizon, no reference point. Just endless blackness stretching in all directions. This is the Hadal Zone. Named after Hades, the underworld of ancient myth, it is the least explored region on Earth. Fewer humans have been here than have walked on the moon. Not because it is far, but because it is hostile in ways space is not. There is no escape route, no emergency ascent. At this depth, failure means disappearance. The pressure outside now exceeds 8 tons per square inch. Steel bends, glass shatters. Even the strongest materials must be shaped perfectly to survive. The submersible creaks constantly, a reminder that the margin for error has already vanished. And yet life persists. Against all logic, movement appears in the darkness. Pale shapes drift past the viewport, slow and deliberate. Some are almost transparent, their bodies reduced to the bare minimum required to exist. Others are armored, thick-skinned, built to endure crushing force. Many have no eyes at all. Sight is useless where light has never existed. Food is rare here, nothing grows. No plants, no photosynthesis. Life depends entirely on what falls from above. Organic debris sinking from the surface world, a slow, eternal snowfall of death. This is called marine snow, and it feeds everything below. But even that is not enough. Some organisms rely on something far older and more dangerous: chemistry. Around deep-sea vents near the trench, superheated water erupts from the seafloor, carrying minerals from inside the earth. Here, bacteria convert toxic chemicals into energy, forming the base of an ecosystem that does not require sunlight at all. Life here does not depend on the sun. It depends on the planet itself. This discovery changed everything scientists believed about survival. It suggested that life could exist anywhere conditions allow chemistry to function, even beneath the frozen oceans of distant moons far beyond Earth. As the submersible descends further, the seafloor begins to appear. Not sand, not rock, but fine sediment undisturbed for centuries. This is the bottom of the trench, a narrow, uneven landscape shaped by tectonic violence. One plate slides beneath another here, forcing the crust downward into the mantle. Earthquakes ripple silently through the darkness, reshaping the seafloor without warning. This is not a static place. It is active, alive, unstable. The trench acts like a graveyard for the planet. Everything that sinks eventually settles here: natural debris, dead organisms, and increasingly human waste. Plastic fibers drift across the seabed. Chemical traces embed themselves in the sediment. Even here, in the most unreachable place on Earth, human fingerprints remain. The realization is disturbing. There is no depth we have not reached, no place truly untouched. As instruments extend into the sediment, they reveal microorganisms surviving under unimaginable pressure, feeding on methane and sulfur compounds buried deep within the Earth. These organisms may resemble the earliest life forms on this planet, ancient, resilient, and terrifyingly adaptable. Standing on the edge of the deepest abyss on Earth, one truth becomes unavoidable. The Mariana Trench is not empty. It is not dead. And it is not separate from us. It is a mirror, showing how small we are, how powerful the planet is, and how far life can be pushed before it breaks. And still the trench continues downward. Deeper, darker, more unforgiving. And what lies ahead makes everything above feel familiar by comparison. As the instruments shut down and the submersible prepares to ascend, the darkness outside remains unchanged. Nothing reacts to your presence. Nothing acknowledges that you were ever here. The pressure continues to crush the seafloor. The cold remains absolute. And life, in its most alien form, drifts slowly through the black, perfectly adapted to conditions that would erase us in seconds. The Mariana Trench does not feel conquered. It does not feel explored. It feels indifferent. Above you, miles of ocean wait in silence, sealing this world away from the surface. Below you, the Earth bends inward, pulling everything toward a depth that has no interest in being understood. This place does not reveal its secrets freely. It allows only fragments, hints, shadows of answers that raise more questions than they resolve. And as you leave the deepest point on Earth behind, one truth settles heavily in your mind. We have mapped the stars. We have walked on the moon. Yet beneath our own planet lies a world so extreme, so unreachable, that it remains almost entirely unknown. The Mariana Trench is not just the deepest place on Earth. It is a reminder of how little we truly understand about the world beneath our feet.